Everybody, this video is walk you guys through your syllabus and your course calendar. There's a lot of information here, so I'm going to go as quickly as I can. But I will follow this with a quiz, so please make sure that you are able to access this. If you ever need to find the syllabus, you can not only find it here in the modules, but you can find it on the left-hand side menu where you can see the syllabus tab. And you can also see it always at the top in the course resources on the modules page. So um, my name is Brittany Estes, and this course obviously is going to run from July 1st to July 31st. This really is a course that looks at the different genres, texts, and influences of American literature from beginnings, so our early settler days, up through 1865. So we are going to look at not only the more well-known canonical texts, so say it in Emerson or Whitman, but we're also going to be looking at some of the more marginalized voices that you may not always get to hear. So I think it's important that we study not only the figures who are well known in this movement, these movements in this era, but also those voices that we don't always get to hear. So voices like Phyllis Wheatley or Judah Sargent Murray, which I think are really valuable perspectives on what it is to be a quote unquote American during this early identity. Um, so you guys can read the course goals and the outcomes yourself, but essentially for this course, you guys need access to Canvas, obviously. The appropriate software, really, so what you need to make sure you have is Microsoft Word. You can get that at the college if you don't have it already, but this is required for this course because your major writing assignments and your essays will all be turned in as Word documents. PDF, text, all of those other file types do change the formatting, and we write in MLA formatting, so that is required. Um, the textbook is required. It's the American Literature Beginnings to 1865, volumes A and B. I say any addition is acceptable. However, given that this is such a short course, I have provided all of the texts for you in PDF format. So I leave it up to you. If you really do want to buy the book, you're more than welcome to. But just know that those resources are in there if you so choose. Um, Everything else is made available by me online. Again, we use Canvas in this course, so make sure that you know how to use Canvas. Make sure you have all of your notifications turned on and that you're checking your Canvas email regularly. That is how I will communicate with you guys. Um, you guys can read the generative AI policy for yourself, but essentially, AI obviously is a huge tool. It can help you organize your thoughts, it can help you create an outline. But what it can't do and what it shouldn't do is do your critical thinking for you. So, the goal of this class obviously is critical thinking and learning how to write arguments in a critical fashion. So, obviously, if you are using AI to do that for you, then that is going against the goals of the course. So, you are not allowed to use AI to write your content for you. I do expect that you write your own content. These are valuable skills that you really can apply to any field of work and study. That doesn't mean you can't use AI to help inspire you or use it, again, like I said, to say you have a list of thoughts that you're not quite sure how to organize. You can certainly use it in that perspective to help organize your ideas. But I do not want to see AI doing your writing for you. So please just make sure you adhere to that policy. The grading policies, there are three major units. The first unit is only a week. It is your first essay is 15%. That's our early settlers unit. Then we're going to move into a combined Enlightenment and Romanticism unit. That's 2 weeks. That will be 20% essay for that unit. And then your third major essay is your Transcendentalism unit in the fourth week of the class, and that is 25%. This is 60% of your grade. The remaining 40% comes from the quizzes, the writing assignments, the blogs, discussion boards, and participation. You guys can read the grading scale for yourself. If you do need an incomplete, that just means that you have an extreme extenuating circumstance. That does qualify for an incomplete. And in that case, the incomplete would be facilitated by myself, by you, and by the college to determine an appropriate time to complete the course. Your essays are due. All of your major writing assignments, all of your assignments for the week are due on Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Of each week. You do have access to all of the weeks within the course at once, so you can certainly work ahead if you would like, but do make sure you keep up with the weekly due dates. Everything as an essay must be submitted with MLA formatting. So that means 1 inch margins all around, double space, Times New Roman Cambria, Arial Calibri, 12-point font, etc. There is an MLA resource for you guys at the top of the modules. So if you're not quite sure how to do MLA, look at that resource. It has a full video explanation and guidelines for you. And then everything is checked for plagiarism as well, of course. Um, Late work is not accepted. That's because it is, obviously a very short course. We are moving quickly, and you are able to work ahead if you so choose. So, say for example, you're taking a couple days off for the July 4th holiday. You want to make sure that you get ahead of things. You certainly can. Um, Grades. Now, I say that with a caveat, meaning that if there is something that is truly an extenuating circumstance, say for example, you are hospitalized and you absolutely cannot work for 3 days, that's understandable. In that case, what I ask is that you email me in a timely fashion and let me know what the reasoning is, and then I will work with you on an extension. But if you are simply requesting an extension because you had to work this weekend or whatever it might be, that's not going to be granted. You guys can track your grades throughout the semester in the gradebook tool, so you always know where you stand. Remember that it is a weighted grade, so it's a weighted percentage. And there is a attendance policy in place from the college, so if you are missing more than 50% of class instruction, then you are able to be dropped from the course by the instructor. The withdrawal policy information is here for you if you need it. And participation, like I said, is 5% of your grade, but all that means is that you are actively completing your assignments. You are emailing me if you have an issue or something that comes up, and you are making sure you stay on top of things. The class begins on July 1st. The final ad drop day is July 24th, and the final class day is July 31st. Really important, the academic dishonesty. You guys do agree to an academic dishonesty policy, a plagiarism policy, I should say, when you become students here, and it's in your handbook. But essentially just means do not cheat. If you are recycling work from this course, so say you're taking a blog and then putting that word for word into your essay assignment, that's plagiarism. If you are recycling work from a previous course, if you are copying obviously from the internet or copying other students, all of this is plagiarism. It's self-plagiarism or plagiarism otherwise. So do not do it. There is a very clear policy against it. If you do this, then you can fail the assignment, you can fail the course, you can have it impact your extracurricular activities. You can also have it impact your actual standing on the college. You can even be suspended or expelled for something like this. So this is a very short course. These are short assignments. I would highly recommend that you do your work and do your own work. Do not come to a place where this is an issue. It's just not worth it truly for a couple of page essay for a very short course. You guys can respect your response to me within 24 hours if you email me through Canvas. Please only use the Canvas email functionality. I have provided my other email I have not provided my other email, I'm sorry. But if you do find my other email, it's really a faculty email, so please don't email me there. Please only email me through Canvas. That is the one that I check every day. It says everything will be returned within 2 weeks. Obviously, this is a much shorter course, so I will do my best to return everything within a week. And then if you need help, I can hold office hours upon request using the functionality in Canvas. If you need any support services, those can be found here. Disability services, if you have an accommodation that is needed, please do go through the Disability Support Services office. They will basically have some paperwork involved. They will contact me. We must both sign it. So make sure you're going through them if you do have an accommodation that's needed. And then technical requires, just make sure, again, you have access to the internet, access to Microsoft Word, like I said, as if it is required, and that you have access to your Canvas email functionality. If you have an issue, there is a technical help desk 24/7. It's right here. You can also email them. If you have a problem, you can also email me at the time of the issue. I've been teaching on Canvas now for many, many years, and I might be able to help you. So send me a screenshot of whatever the issue is, and I'll do my best to help guide you. Please let me know if you have any questions on any of this, but at a very high level, I just also wanted to walk you guys through the course calendar. Um, and again, this is high level. You'll see this broken down much more clearly in each week's module, but essentially week 1 is going to take us through the early settlement unit. As I said, we are moving very quickly. So you're going to get the intro to the course, the MLA, I'm sorry, not Blackboard, the MLA basics, the Canvas basics, and then the intro to the first unit. So you guys will have some readings from Columbus or Devaka. You're gonna get to choose, and then Anne Bradstreet as well. And then your first essay assignment sheet will be in there. So you'll watch the explanation, the video explanation that's included. And then your first essay is actually due on Sunday, July 7th. It is very short. It is not a long essay, but as I said, this course is very short, so we're going to move very quickly. One thing to note, because there are 50 students in this class and it's only a 4-week class, I would typically write detailed comments in all of your essays, and that is typically what takes about 2 weeks to get them back to you. Unfortunately, due to the number of students and the length of time that we have, it's not physically possible for me to do that. So on your essays, you will have a rubric and you will have a summary of comments available to you that kind of summarizes the feedback. But please note that I will not be able to leave detailed feedback on your essays simply due to those factors. Week 2 is going to take us into our second unit. So that's going to be the Enlightenment era that we're going to focus on in week 2. So you'll read texts from Franklin, Jefferson, Judith Sargent Murray, some selection of female poets, and Phyllis Wheatley. And in unit 3, week 3, we're going to go into Romanticism. So you guys will read from text from Longfellow and Poe. And your assignment, your second essay assignment, is due on Sunday, July 21st. Again, these are not long. These are much shorter than I would normally require, but do know that that's due on that date. And then the last unit is week 4, and that's going to be our Transcendentalism unit. So you're going to read Emerson, Whitman, or Dickinson, and then you'll have reading from Frederick Douglass as well. And your third essay is due on Sunday, July 28th. And that will take us into our finals week. There is no final exam for this course. However, there is an extra credit opportunity available to you, and that is due on Tuesday, July 30th, if you do choose to complete it. So that is the course calendar. That's the syllabus. If you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, go ahead and move on and take your quiz.